At Vicious Vic asks, what made you play the main role you play? So for top lane, when I first went to the TSM house, I wasn't on TSM. The odd one had a choice to either go to college or come to TSM the jungle. And what would have happened if odd one went to college, I would have been the TSM jungler and I would have ended up jungling. But the reason why I play top lane is because my favorite champions, Jax, Singed, and then eventually Vlad and Olaf, they became, the top lane meta, so I just naturally turned out into top lane.
To be frank, my role in Season 2 was the most OP role in the game. 80 carries in Season 2 was ridiculously broken. And I like playing broken things. I don't know why, but I just like playing broken things. So I eventually just moved to 80 carries. Oh, I think it was the fact that I really like playing Ezreal. And he kind of shifted to the 80 role, so I wanted to follow him, and I played 80 carry too. So that's probably why, actually.
So when I started playing League, I played mainly support, but then I realized, I started in Season 2, so when I realized that a jungle who is level 3 with double buffs can win 1v1 any other champion, then I realized that I want to be that guy. So like my theory behind it was just that I can 1v1 anyone at level 3. And then later on, when I keep playing jungle, I realized that I actually like being the guy who looks at the game like chess or something. That it's like, where do you gang, where do you counter gang, stuff like that, and where do you want to pressure.
I used to play CJ plays, and at the beginning, 4 or 5 players, they were jungle main, including me. One of us only plays jungle, and one of us can play mid, and one of us can play top, so I just got the leftover roles.
For maining mid lane, it was just something that I kind of ended up doing. I started playing 80 carry, and for 80, you have to kind of rely on your support, or you have to do well with your support. So I quickly went away from that role and I went to top lane. And top lane back then didn't go TP, so it was very hard for me to affect the rest of the map, even though I like playing the lane. So eventually I just kind of ended up mid lane because it's a high skill lane and it's somewhere where you can really affect and you can roam on the whole map. And I felt like that was really where I can make a difference in the whole game, not just in my own lane.
At Johnny Lopez, ask if you had to live in another country, where would it be and why? I feel like maybe London or something, because I've been to London once with my team back on coast, and it was like we were at Wembley Arena and everybody I saw on the streets and stuff, they were always nice to me, and I just enjoyed being in the city, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I can do there.
Probably Russia or Sweden. I've had really good experiences from people from Russia, and they play a lot of video games, and I've always wanted to. I visited Russia once, and I always thought it would be pretty cool to live here.
There are many other countries I would like to live, but the first one I would want to live in would be Japan. One of the reasons why is anime, the culture, and the people.
I think I would choose Korea because I've been there once and I really enjoyed the food and just the culture overall, so I'm probably in Korea because I really like the food.
I think Japan is fine to live.
I think if I could live in any country right now, it'd probably be Korea. Some of the best time I've had traveling was in Korea when we were boot camping, and I don't know, it was just such a different experience, and I'd love to go back and do the boot camp or live there.
At IQE, what do your parents think of your job and lifestyle? I think at first they didn't really support me doing this, but then as I went on and they saw me on streams and all that, they started being a bit more supportive. So right now, we're pretty good with it.
In the start, my parents were a bit hesitant about my job because they felt like I should just study through and then get a job that was more secure. Like here, if I don't play well, obviously I'm not gonna be on the team, and therefore they feel like it's a bit of a risk to take. But also they feel like as long as I'm happy with what I'm doing, then they don't mind. And them seeing that for me, I think I've had a lot of success already, and I feel like I will have more success in the future, and therefore they kind of they don't mind me doing this, but the only big thing that they hate about this is that I'm so far away from home, so I can only see them once or twice a year.
They don't mind what I'm doing at all, but they support me a lot.
My parents are pretty happy with my job. It took them a while to accept it because at first just telling your parents that you're gonna play video games for a living they're not gonna take it too easily because it's not something that they really understand or realize. But after them going to an event, I think their first was DreamHack, and my dad came to EULCS, they understood that this was a legit thing that had a lot of fans, it had good backing, it had a very solid company in Riot Games that could really move this forward as an esports and as a job. And that's kind of when they understood that this was what I wanted and this was something that I could do. So ever since then, they've just been very supportive.
My dad thinks that it's great, and he's supportive, and he even plays the game. He's silver. He likes to tell me his opinions and mentions picks and bans to me time to time. My mom also thinks the same. She's equally as supportive. She likes to watch my matches a lot. She doesn't exactly play the game too much because she doesn't have the time, but she loves watching my games. She loves looking at my social media, just the same as my dad. They both support me equally.
At EBZ Mad Flash asked if I can lead any champion from League of Legends, who would it be and why? I would probably say Shaco, because pretty much throughout the time since like Season 1, Season 2, Shaco's has been like the most annoying champion for me because he's so hard to kill with Deceive and with his ultimate, and he's very good at ganking mid because he can gank you at level 2, he can gank you at level 3, he can gank you pretty much all the time, every time, because Shaco needs to get kills to even be useful, so it's just a champion that keeps annoying me and keeps killing me over and over.
At first, I would say Teemo, but right now I would delete Rise from the game.
As I play a lot of AD carries and immobile mids, it would probably be some kind of a rushdown champion, probably Master Yi. I think the champion's not really well designed, and when he was good, like it was just really unfun to play against. So probably Master Yi or Olaf, these like really dumb rush at you, I'm gonna kill you kind of champion.
Okay, if there's one champion that I really want to get deleted from solo queue, it's definitely Vayne, because there's so many people who, like, either it's a guy who never played AD carry before, or it's a guy that is like, yeah, I can just carry this 1v9, and then that Vayne will always like feed feed so much that you can never win the game, and it happens to me so often because people are like, yeah, I just wanna, if I don't play my main role, I might as well play Vayne because she's fun, but like, it's not fun for the other 4 people who has the Vayne who never played the champion before.
At Darksteel Raven asks, what is your favorite game from your childhood? For me, my favorite game probably would have to be MapleStory. It was my first like really big online MMORPG that I played with friends, and I just had so much fun playing with all my school friends, leveling up, being the first one to hit level 30, doing all the party quests, and then getting to be a Frost Mage was really cool.
My favorite game from a child is probably Ratchet and Clank, because I remember that I got the game when I was like 8 or something, and then I played the game non-stop for like 1 day, and then I finished the game. And because I felt like it was so funny, I finished the game 8 times or something during like 2 weeks. So I feel like that game was like, I really enjoyed playing that game, even though I was like resetting the game over and over and over. It was just a game that I always enjoyed playing. I'll always remember it.
It's arcade. I'm Korean.
My favorite game in my childhood was on the PlayStation 2. It was called SOCOM 2 Navy SEALs. It was my first online game where you would have multiplayer and you would play it with like 8 versus 8 online gameplay.
Probably Pokemon. I don't know any other games that I really enjoyed other than Pokemon because I've logged like thousands of hours on like all the versions. I've only missed playing one version, and that was the red and blue version, and I played every other version since.
One of my favorite games from my childhood would probably be Hitman 2. It's kind of messed up since I was such a young kid playing like an assassin Hitman kind of game, but it was something my cousin and my brother introduced me to, and for a long time I would just sit and watch them play, and I would never play the game myself, and then I slowly understood like all the missions and how you should do them and all that, and eventually I picked up the game myself and I just kept playing the missions on repeat and on repeat because, I don't know, I thought it was so fun.